Bro, I'm telling you, sales will change your life. If you clicked on this video, you might either be someone that's just jumped into sales, you're thinking about quitting sales, or you've been offered your first sales role and you're just having some questions about, this path of career. And I want to just, give you my testimony on why since 2016, I have been in sales. And I think it's genuinely made the biggest change in my life in terms of me as my character and everything else that's come from it. For a bit of context, I've been in all types of sales roles. I started in 2016 doing the door-to-door. I've been in telesale roles. I've been in, remote setting and closing roles, more the self-employed path. I've been in now a corporate B2B SaaS role, all types. But I'm telling you, it's genuinely on my character. It's made the biggest difference. And so I just want to give you a little bit of insight on how I think you should view a sales career, because I understand there's obviously things concerning around it. And I think typically, if you've already asked for advice, or if you're, why you might be questioning it, would be reasons like, let's be honest, in the sales industry, if you look at it on paper, you're going to get told no for a living. Your rejection on a daily is part of your job. You've constantly got a target over your head. Sales is a performance-driven sport. And so, of course, how you're, same as a normal sport, how you're performing is the biggest measure on whether you'll continue or not. But I think that's the same in most roles. But in sales, there's just a bit of a bigger highlight on it. You have a number attached to you. What else is there? There is, of course, the highs and lows. You could be this close to a deal, then it falls through, and just having to pick yourself back up from that, or just having a bad week or month and thinking, right, I'm never doing a sale again. I've lost my mojo. There's obviously those aspects to it. But I want to ask you, bro, is that not the best way or the best possible training field to prepare you for the entire world, or just real life day to day, facing rejection on a daily basis for a living? How can that not be bad? How can that not be good for you when stepping into the real world? You get rejected everywhere, whether it's a job interview, whether it's a date that you're trying to ask someone out on, whether it's, you get the point, okay? Being thick-skinned, being able to take no without even batting an eyelid is such a valuable skill, and especially in today's snowflake society, that is something that will genuinely give you such an edge. Having targets on your, having your performance being measured. I mean, look, the job that you're spending so many hours and contributing so much of your life into, surely you would want that to be monitored and be pushed to perform better and improve yourself and be driven to become the best possible version that you can be in this skill. Why would you want to spend 40 hours a week of your life every week and it not matter how you do or how you perform? What a fucking dull way to live, in my opinion anyways. The highs and lows, that's life, no? My highs and lows, you're gonna face some really tough challenges. You might have a house that you wanted to buy fall through, losing a member in the family, whatever it might be. Okay, they're quite extreme compared to just losing a deal in your job. But again, life is up and downs. So why would you not want a job that then simulates that to some extent, helping you to, calm your emotions, not be as reactionary. Problem solve, think outside the box, having a growth mindset, thinking that you can improve from this. There's a way up, there's a way out of this. This is temporary. We've been here before, we've been in a sales dip, we'll get out of it again. The way that it trains you to just deal with challenges, in my opinion, sales, it just accelerates that so quickly. So again, to me, that's just a no-brainer for why you would not want that in your day-to-day. Dealing with conflict, all the objection handling, understanding how persuasion works, what kind of questions to ask to control a conversation, to deal with a conflict, to deal with a debate, to get that extra discount, etc. There's so many ways that it transfers. And honestly, all of the reasons that I just listed don't even touch the best one. And which is, for me, that sales is just directly tied to self-development. at the end of the day, you're just talking to a human. Like, that's really all it is. And so the better that you become at just, I guess, being a human, like how you interact with another one, the more, let's start that again. Sales is the typical stereotype is that the more you put in, the more you get out. And I don't just mean countless hours, but really just the more effective you are at just being a human that connects with someone else, the more you will get out of your job. And so if you're someone that's into self-development, so you're someone that's already naturally disciplined, you already naturally maybe exercise and keep yourself in good shape, you naturally have quite a healthy diet, and so you're a bit more present, you're a bit more alert, you're a bit more focused. If you're someone who just basically takes care of themselves outside of your job, and you bring this higher caliber of a person into your career, you will 100% get ahead of others and just have an edge. You'll just be that sharper. It's a no-brainer. And so I think, again, like, sales is just the job where, like, self-development is amazing regardless. Like, just be a good human, like, day to day. Like, it doesn't have to be used for a job, of course. But sales is just a career where you will actually reap the benefits of that, in my opinion, more compared to others. Because of commission, because of the day-to-day aspect of always speaking to people, and because from my experience, the career path in sales has always been very straightforward. If you are the best performer and if you can pass your skills on to others, you will get promoted and you will, have a prosperous career, basically. And so, that's kind of it, to be honest. I'm sure I've not listed all the reasons, but like I said, like, even my testimony, I was genuinely just I wouldn't say a shy kid, but I was definitely someone who was way more laid back than I am now. I would only speak if I'm spoken to. And I'm not saying I'm now this like big fucking grasshopper, social life extrovert, but it's definitely helped me massively come out of my shell, it's even the job that got me into self-development. It's actually opened my eyes to that. Like, oh yeah, like, you can improve yourself and like get better at how you talk to people, and then you can, do X. Anyways, you get my point. And so, yeah, if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about quitting, don't. If you're thinking about joining, you absolutely should. I hope it helps. God bless.